ahead and hit record just so that you guys know, don't worry, I don't do anything crazy with these videos. I actually just upload them to my YouTube channel for the coaches on our team can listen to the recordings if they're not able to hop in. So I want to welcome, oh good gosh, I'm so technologically challenged. I just did something to my screen. So welcome everybody to the call. I'm really excited that you guys are all here. For those of you, I know that some of my friends are on here that are not coaches. So just to give you guys an idea of what we do, these are our weekly team calls. We do this at the same time and day every single week. And we kind of just have a different topic every week that I'll pick. And sometimes it's me talking, sometimes it's one of the leaders on the team talking, just on ways and tips to grow your business. And just because I love to be around people and I love our team and I wish we were all in the same city. So this is kind of like our way to hang out and all see each other. So that's kind of what these are, just to give you guys an idea that are new here. Our topic tonight is going to be about sharing Shakeology, and I will get into that in a minute. But I do want to just start out with some recognition and some updates real quick before we get into the call. First and foremost, I want to congratulate Ken, who is on here. He went Emerald today. Woohoo, Ken. Give Ken a big high five. Also, Chelsea went 3-star diamond qualified today. Everyone, give Chelsea a big high five. I wish everyone was unmuted so they could hear everyone screaming for her. Okay, good. I like the high fives in the computer screen. So that's super exciting. Congrats to all of our rock stars that were in Success Club last month. I normally read out the list, but for the sake of time, we're not going to do that tonight because I have several things I want to discuss because Shakeology is flipping amazing. Just some quick updates. We do have Summit next week, so myself and a ton of the people on the team will be at Summit in Nashville next week, and don't worry, you guys can all still go next year. We'll definitely have our takeaways to share with you, and we'll be posting about opportunities on what products are released and ways to sign up for next year. And Super Saturday is also at the end of the month. My coach Miriam, you can see her boob right now. Well, okay, no, that's not her boob. She had the camera in her boob. Now she's opening her lunchbox. She made a video for you guys about her takeaways from Super Saturday when I went with her and Rob when I was in South Carolina in April to the last Super Saturday. So we'll post that on the team page tonight so that you guys can get to know a little bit more about how Super Saturday will help your business. And then lastly, the challenge packs that are on sale this month are 21-Day Fix and 21-Day Fix Extreme. If you guys have any questions about anything I said, I know I talk super fast, so feel free to type it in the chat box at any time, and I'll be happy to answer any questions. I know I'm talking even faster than normal, but that's just because I have a ton of stuff to talk about tonight, and I don't want to run out of time. So tonight we are going to talk about how to share Shakeology and what Shakeology is, why your business needs Shakeology. This is an area because I am not a nutrition expert. You guys probably all know my story. I had a big weight loss story back in 2009 before I even knew what Beachbody was. And I did it by calorie counting, so I didn't really know very much about nutrition. So this is something I'm still learning about myself. So everything I'm teaching you guys tonight is stuff that I learned on the Success Club trip. At one of the workshops that we went to in Cancun, and also one of the national wake-up calls, they had a topic about this. I want to say it was a month or two ago. I can't exactly remember. Excuse me. But there is a coach, Shay Stanford. I'll type her name in the chat box. She has a ton of resources on her YouTube channel that you can look into so that you guys can understand a bit more about Shakeology as well, because it's a learning process and I'm learning right along with you guys just because there's so many awesome things about it. We're always going to be learning. So I want you guys to raise your hands, and I just totally had a brain fart. Raise your hand if you love your Shakeology and you're totally obsessed, over the roof, over the moon, whatever, with Shakeology. I'm going to put 2 hands up because I freaking love it. It is like my chocolate milkshake that I get to drink every day, and it helps my cravings. I can't believe it's healthy. It's so crazy. So we're first going to talk about why your business needs Shakeology. the reason your business needs Shakeology is because, blah, 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 can't talk. It creates retention in your business, which is something that all businesses need. Businesses that are going to be around for a long time, they have to have a continuous customer flow coming in, right? So what Shakeology does is it creates loyal customers. When you have customers that are on Shakeology every single month, you're going to have a constant flow, and your business is going to continue to grow, and you're going to continuously reach out to and help new people, because that's what it's all about. And it's very important to get your customers to understand the benefits of drinking Shakeology daily, which I'm going to discuss here in a few minutes. They won't get the same benefits if they don't drink it daily. And I do just want to say this first and foremost, and I'm going to get into it more here in a few minutes. Shakeology is not just about weight loss. It is not just a protein shake. It is not any of those things. It's all about health. It's all about nutrition. But I'm going to explain that more in a minute. The second reason why your business needs Shakeology is because it will create duplication within your team. You want your coaches to all be on home direct because you want everyone to be as flippin' healthy and happy as possible. And you want them to all be on home direct so that they can teach the people on their team to be on home direct, so that we can all have amazing teams of happy, healthy people, because people seriously need this stuff in their life. This is something like I didn't know as much about it as I feel like I know now after going to that workshop when we were in Cancun a couple months ago. And now that I have all this information, I'm just like, even prepping for this call, I'm reading it over and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I've got to go tell everyone, like, seriously, what is wrong with me? So we have got to get like this in people's hands. Like, we want our coaches telling their story to their potential customers so that they can go out there and help more people. And when you, oh, good Lord, my cat's chasing something that she's probably chasing a bug. She's crazy. Sorry, she scared me. And I just lost my place in my notes. Whenever you have new coaches that sign up too, I know that, like, when I started Beachbody, I didn't even know what Shakeology was. I didn't know what Beachbody was. I started it because one of my friends that I worked with in Savannah was doing it, and I wanted to help people. So I didn't really know how to talk about Shakeology. So what you want to get your new coaches doing is talking about why they love Shakeology. I know a lot of new coaches are afraid of it, so all you got to do is share. Like we talked about on our team call last week, the whole way that I built my business, you guys, it's not anything to do with selling. I don't want to be an icky salesperson pushing people to buy stuff. I only want people to do this if they want to. So you got to get your new coaches talking about it in a way that they feel comfortable. The third reason why why your business needs Shakeology is because people need your story, like your specific story. I talked all about this on the team call last week, and on that webinar that we were on last night, the exclusive webinar with Bo Eason, he said that this is the number one thing that we need to have a successful business and reach out to and help people. Like I said last week, people, they're not going to relate to products. They're not going to relate to us like holding up pictures of our Shakeology or our DVDs or whatever. Like, they want to hear our stories. They want to be able to relate to what we're saying, to our struggles, so that they can see themselves in what we're saying. And you want to talk about how Shakeology helps you. That's what people are going to relate to. Just like we talked about last week, remembering a few key things of how it helps you, or remembering a few key ingredients that are in Shakeology and what the benefits are. And you want to keep it simple when you have your story with Shakeology. You want to have a very easy explanation. We don't need to make it complicated. We're not here to word vomit on people. We are here to help people and get to know what their goals and needs are. It's about them. It's not about us. So don't overcomplicate it. Just share a few things, like share your heart. An easy way to say it, this is how Shay Stanford says it. She says it to her potential customers is, you get the most amount of nutrients with the least amount of calories, and it is one less meal to make. And then I threw this in there because this is what I say to people. It saves you money and time, which is true. And I'll get more into that in a second. So before I'm going to get into a couple other things. I'm going to talk a little bit about the value of Shakeology, how to differentiate, I can't even say that word right, Shakeology, and questions about cost, objections, and things like that. But I do want to call on a few of our awesome coaches that are on here, just to get maybe, like, just for the sake of time, a 1-minute snippet of what you say to people like what your story is with Shakeology or how it can help them. Melissa, do you care if I unmute you first? Because I just see you right there on the screen and I know you have another call. Hi.
Hi. This is so funny because actually one of my coaches asked me the same thing, like how, if I actually really do use Shakeology and if I really love it. And my background is in personal training. I've been in the fitness industry for about 10 years. And my niche is, I tell people, I've tried every single protein shake up the wazoo. And either they taste like crap, they make my stomach hurt because of the sugars or the whey. I'm lactose intolerant. I also don't do as much soy. I'm vegetarian, but I don't do a lot of soy in my diet due to family history of breast cancer. So I always tell people those health benefits. I love that as a mom, I can make my breakfast in 2 minutes. It has every single nutrient that I need. I don't have to take a icky vitamin anymore as a vegetarian. It tastes amazing, all natural. And on top of that, I've never had my body look like this ever. And this is post baby. And this is working out half hour a day instead of 2 hours a day. And basically the only thing, as you hear my monster right now. Okay, babe, hold on. And usually I just say, the only thing I changed after I had the baby was I added in Shakeology, and I have arms that I love. I have a stomach I've never had before, and I attribute it all to Shakeology.
I love it, Bill. Thank you. Anything else you want to throw in before I call on someone else?
No, that's pretty much it.
Okay. Oh, sorry guys. I promise I'm not like a space cadet. Well, I really am. I thought my cat was underneath me. Hi, Melanie. Can I call on you? Will you give me a thumbs up? I guess you're probably saying yes, but I have you muted. You're unmuted, so I hope it's okay. Hi.
Hi. Okay, for me, my personal story is I am 51 years old and I am done with menopause. So I began to have a lot of health issues with my hips. Could not figure it out for the life of me because I was doing yoga every day. And then Jessica reached out to me and Shakeology entered my life and it fixed me 100%. So I'm like, oh my gosh. And now when I share it, people my age are just absolutely blown away. They think I look younger. They notice my hair, my skin, and all that's a beautiful factor. But me, it's pain. I wanted to be pain-free. I don't take any vitamins whatsoever. And then I also share my very first client. Her story was she was about to have knee surgery, and I said, girl, if you'll just try the Shakeology, it spared her from knee surgery, and she is fully active today. And that's just 100% Shakeology. So, yes, all the amazing nutrients. I did a Shakeology share, all the nutrients, all those benefits. We do need to educate ourselves so that we can share that for the ones that want that additional information. But it's really just about your story. And if you can, I'm convincing when I tell them I am pain-free, and I know many others that are as well. Shakeology is changing lives, you guys.
I love it. Thank you, love. Okay. I might call in a couple more, couple more of you guys here in a few minutes. I want to try to get through a couple more points. And again, any of you that are on here, if you have any questions at any time, please don't hesitate to answer. Or not answer, ask. Next, I want to talk about the value of Shakeology. And this is really the key, you guys. You have to just get people, well, I shouldn't say help people understand the value of this product. Like, if you can just do this, you will be able to help an endless amount of people, and you will have no problem having a very full customer base. And it's really all about how people are perceiving it. Like, one thing that Shay Stanford said in her presentation was, why do people buy Lexus over Toyota? It's because of the value that is perceived. It's, something that's top of the line. Bella, I love you. Okay, thank you for sitting down. Oh, dear Lord, she almost knocked over my wine. It's sorry guys, it's top of the line, it's high end, it's all about image. And, those would be some reasons why people would purchase Lexus over Toyota. And Shakeology really is a high end product. And this is not to put other companies down, but what other companies are putting in their products is not good for people. And I'm going to get on to that in more specifics here in a few minutes. And again, that's not to knock any other companies, but it's all about helping people put like good stuff in their body so that they can live longer, not giving people artificial crap so that they can, die sooner. We don't want to do that. And one thing that Shay said that really stood out to me too is that people can't afford to not afford it, especially those people that have diseases or struggle with, health problems or on medications. And by the way, like on that topic, if you guys were on the team call last week, I shared that my dad finally started drinking Shakeology and he was able to get off cholesterol meds. Like, that's freaking amazing. And like, I have the chills. It just makes me so proud. So like, this is the key thing, you guys. You just have to have confidence when talking to people about this. And it's something that I'm still working on myself, because I don't want to push products down people's throats, but I started this to help people. So with that being said, like, I have got to be able to explain this in a way so that people see the value of it. Now we're going to talk a little bit about how to differentiate. I don't know why I can't say that word right. Shakeology. The first thing, like I said at the beginning of the call, Shakeology is not just a protein shake, and it is not just for weight loss. And if you're marketing Shakeology for weight loss, you're going to eliminate so many people. And I want to just throw in there that I always marketed Shakeology for weight loss, because that's how I learned. I didn't know better. I mean, I knew that it was good for other things besides weight loss, and I knew that I was still drinking it and I wasn't trying to lose weight. But when I went to this workshop on the Success Club trip, and when Shay did a national wake-up call about it, I was just like, whoa. Like, she's like, you can't market it that way. It's for everybody. You want to be able to help everybody. And there's so many people out there that they feel horrible every day. I mean, think about all the people, and this is not to put people down. I used to be one of these people, but think about all the people that you hear complain like, oh, I'm just so tired, or, oh, I just have no energy, or I just have all these cravings. And again, I'm not making fun of people. I used to be that girl. I used to be saying that kind of stuff every day, and I had all kinds of cravings, and I complained all the time. But think about all the people that are out there that are like that. They're nutrient deficient. And ways that you can tell that people are nutrient deficient are if they have cravings, if they have a lack of focus, if they're miserable, if they're grouchy, if they have mental fog, if they're sluggish, things like that. So people need the nutrients that are in Shakeology so that they can get the proper nutrients so that they are not nutrient deficient. So one thing that you can do when you're talking to people is you can ask them, if I know that you guys have all heard this before, if it's 80% nutrition and 20% fitness, like, why would you only get a workout program? And of course, we want to help everybody. If people aren't prepared to get Shakeology right off the gate, then that's totally fine. We're going to help them no matter what. We will help them for free if they don't want to purchase anything. But, that's the thing, is like, it's 20% fitness. So, sorry, I just lost my point in my notes and totally lost my train of thought. So that's something that you can talk when you're talking to people about. You can kind of ask them that question. Another thing that Shay shared with us at this workshop was that whole foods alone cannot give you all the nutrients that Shakeology gives you. It would take you 27,000, yes, I said 27,000 plus calories to give you all the nutrients of what your body actually needs. And she also mentioned that with, people that take multivitamins and stuff like that, your body only absorbs about 10% of what's in there, even if the label says 100%. But Shakeology actually gives you 20%. So you're getting more from Shakeology than you are from those multivitamins, or I can't remember exactly what they're called. I used to buy them too. And Shakeology gives you the vitamins that you would get from like 5+ trips of the salad bar. Another thing that she mentioned too on how to differentiate Shakeology, I'm going to get that word down by the end of this call, is that people, the baby boomer generation especially, need it because they're getting fed like Ensure at the doctor, which has like tons of stuff in it that is not good for them. And the last thing that you want to think about when you're differentiating, I feel so silly when I say that, Shakeology, is that people don't value things that are easy or given away for free. So do not give your packets of Shakeology away for free. Do not give your packets of Shakeology away for free. We want to help people, of course. I will help everyone for free. I will help people till the cows go home for free. But people aren't going to value it and use it if you just give it to them for free. They're not going to see it in the same way. Believe me, I was that person that gave everything away for free when I first started this. But half the time people never used it, or I would let them borrow my workout DVDs and they never gave it back. the packets of Shakeology are very inexpensive. So just keep that in mind whenever you are sharing Shakeology with people. And also keep in mind that Americans do like quick fixes. I am one of them that is guilty of it because I'm human. So just make sure that when you're talking about Shakeology to people that they understand that it will take about 4 to 5 days for them to see results, because it takes time for our bodies to process the nutrients and get crap out and all that stuff for everything to work. So now I'm going to just go into a little bit about talking about cost and objections and other things, and then I'll probably call in a couple more people just to share their experience with Shakeology. The first thing I want to say is that you're not going to get objections from people if you know how to present the benefits of Shakeology and if you put them first and get to know them first. And that's the next point that I wanted to make. You guys, we have questions that we ask people. Melissa talked about this on the team call when she discussed challenge groups. I talk about this in our training, our new coach training. This is everything that I teach you guys. There's a set of questions that you want to ask people so that you can get to know their goals and needs so that we can know what is a good fit for them. And if it is a good fit for them or whatever, it's about them. It's not about us. So there's questions that you want to ask them before you even get to the discussion about cost or whatever, so that you can know what they're struggling with, because there's many different people out there. So if you have a woman that is pregnant, you're obviously not going to talk to her about how it's going to help her lose weight. Yes, Shakeology can help you lose weight, but when you're pregnant, there's many different things. And Jamie is the expert. I don't know if Jamie's on here or not. But there are benefits from the ingredients in Shakeology that can help pregnant women, but there's also benefits in it that, because of the nutrients in it, weight loss can be a result from it. Of course, pregnant women would be eating more so they wouldn't lose weight, but I think you guys get the point. So you must know their goals and needs so that you can paint the picture for them of how it's going to make them feel when they're done, because that's what it's all about, right? We're here to help them. We're here to make them feel better. Another thing that you can do when you're in conversations with people is you can ask people, what do you spend on average for a healthy meal? It's seriously only $4.30 for a customer's price for Shakeology. Like, please tell me where on earth you can get a healthy meal for that little amount of money. Like, seriously, I don't really know anywhere. It helps you save time. It helps you save money. It helps you save energy. So these are just things that you can keep in mind when you're, talking to people. You can also ask people, when was the last time you went to the grocery store and bought 30 meals at once? Because one thing that happens sometimes, and I did the same thing before I signed up. Thanks, Melissa, for chiming in about pregnant clients. I'll probably unmute you in 1 second. Or wait, I know you have to go. Let me unmute Melissa real quick, and then I'll get back onto what I'm going to say. Hi. Is it okay if I unmuted you to say real quick what you're going to say about pregnant clients?
Yeah. So again, I'm actually sorry, I'm talking with my boobs. I'm certified pre-postnatal. And a lot of the vitamins that are in Shakeology, you'll get some people that say, well, it has this ingredient that can cause, I think it's almost like premature labor. And I forget the ingredient. Actually, I think it's the ingredient that we just got the email about that they're taking out. But anyway, I always tell my pregnant clients, it replaces those huge, disgusting horse pills of prenatal vitamins, because it literally has everything that they need in there. And they don't need to change their diet whatsoever. So on top of not having to take prenatal vitamins, it's also a yummy chocolate shake, which, what woman or person don't like to do anyway. So I'm doing right now. But that's just usually, of course, I always tell them if they want to feel comfortable, they're more than welcome to pass the ingredients by their OBGYN. But I've done my research, and it's definitely, next time I get pregnant, I'm definitely doing that instead of the huge horse pills.
Okay. Thanks for sharing, Boo. I just wanted to get you to say that real quick because I know you had to go in a sec. Thank you. Okay, guys. Sorry for that. Okay. So again, we're talking about when we're in conversations with people, asking them how much they would spend on an average for a healthy meal. And then the last thing that I said before Melissa talked was you can ask people, when's the last time you went to the grocery store and bought 30 meals at once? And that's not to be like condescending or like sound bitchy, but some people have sticker shock. And like I said, I had sticker shock when I first saw like how much Shakeology costs, but it is, 30 servings. So you kind of just have to break it down to them so that they can understand, like, okay, I understand like there is this cost right up front, and, you are going to save money, like when you are going to the grocery store, because this does replace a meal. So that's just something that you can say. And they will spend less on other foods because they're not getting as many cravings. So another common thing, and this is something that Shay said that I just really liked, because a lot of people will say that they don't have the money to spend on themselves, which I fully understand. Like, everyone has budget constraints, and I definitely understand that. But, you know, we're here to help people. So I've kind of found within my business is that sometimes I have to say things that I feel like it probably doesn't even sound mean. I probably just think it does, but I know my intentions are to help people. So sometimes we have to be bold and say things to people so that we can really help them get started, so that we can help them really change their life. So what Shay said that you can say to someone if they say that they don't have the money to spend on themselves is, and this is how she said it, I'm just reading my notes. If you took your child to the doctor and you were told that they needed therapy, on a scale of 1 to 10, how important would that be? How can things be put first for them but not for you? Your child needs you to have energy, be healthy, and look after them. And I mean, I think that that's bold, but it's also in a very caring way, because our goal is to help people. We want this person that we're going to help to be there for their families. I mean, that's what I kept telling my parents. Why, like, I was telling them for like 2 years. I'm like, Mom, Dad, you guys need to drink Shakeology. Like, I want you guys to be around longer for me. Like, come on, you got to do this. So it's all about helping people live longer and be there. And this is what I wanted to just discuss about comparing it to other products. You know, there's many other products out there on the market. I don't really know all of them by name, but there's many other shakes that are out there. You know, there's other network marketing companies. There's stuff that people can buy at the store. And this is, again, not to knock any other company or any other product, but it's all about giving people something that's good for their body to help them live longer, not to hurt their health. Excuse me. I'm drinking this bubbly sparkling water and it keeps making me burp, and I'm sure you guys wanted to know that. But anyways, the other shakes and products out there are full of artificial sweeteners and soy and things like that. And those are things that are not good for our health. Most other products that have those things, I'll look at Max kissing the camera. Hi, Max. Most other products are full of it because it's cheap for those companies to make a profit off of them. So their customers actually think that they're getting a really good deal because they're paying less, but they're getting these products that have all these artificial things that do not do good things for our body. I don't know if you guys knew this. I learned this at the workshop. Artificial sweeteners make you, number 1, crave carbs. Number 2, it reduces fat loss. And number 3, it makes your body hold on to and store fat. Like, I don't really think anyone wants anything to do with that, right? Because it's all about being healthy. So, and I actually learned that a lot of artificial sweeteners are banned in Europe. So we don't want to give people, we want to give people a product that has healthy ingredients in them. So why would we want them to buy some kind of product where the freaking ingredients are banned in other countries? Like, that's obviously not a good thing. So that's really all that I had for tonight. All of this stuff, we're not completely done yet, but all of this stuff is in our Dropbox, which I'm going to give you guys all the details in a second, and I'll go over a brief overview. But I wanted to just call on a couple more people real quick just to get a few other perspectives. There's people typing in the chat box. Yes, Susie and I had to throw away my Splenda. I think that was back when I lived in Savannah. I learned that Splenda was evil. Miriam, is it okay if I unmute you real quick, boo? Just give me a thumbs up. Okay. So Miriam lives in Beaufort, South Carolina, where I used to live, and I know her and her hubby, and they have lost, how much weight is it? 160 pounds total from Shakeology, or is it more?
175.
How much?
175 now.
Holy shit, that's amazing. I got to give you a hand. Okay, that's probably loud. Cheers, because that's too loud probably in your ear. So if you just want to share for like 1 minute real quick, kind of like what you and Rob share with people, or how Shakeology has helped you, or just give us your little spiel.
Okay, I always tell people one of the biggest things I say is, if I can drink it, of all people, I have a texture issue. I have the whole, if it tastes like crap, I'm not going to put it in my body. If I can drink it, I promise I'll love it. I said, because it's a dessert drink to me. And then I go on to explain how, like, with Rob, he's lost over 170 pounds himself from his biggest. And he has extra skin. When you go from that size to a smaller size, you have the extra skin problem. And believe it or not, he's actually had a lot of problems or a lot of success with the skin going back and being more pliable. It's not so loose. And I also focus on my mother-in-law drinks it after chemo. She's going through ovarian cancer and has chemo, and she drinks her strawberry shake within a few days after her chemo treatments, and she tries to keep it up as much as she can, but she has gastric bypass, so she cuts the doses in half. And that's pretty much it. I just focus on how much I love it. I just tell him how passionate I am about how it's changed our lives.
I love it. Thanks, girl. And that's what you're supposed to do, and that's what works. And as you shared, there's so many different reasons as to why it helps so many different people just because of the benefits in it. So thanks for sharing, Bill. I'll mute you back. Okay, so just as a review real quick again, all of this stuff is going to be in the Dropbox. Number one, your business needs Shakeology for retention. Number two, you want to explain the value of Shakeology. Bella's just going to miss me. She just can't stop rubbing me. You want to learn the value of Shakeology so that you can share it with people to help people. Number three, you want to learn how to differentiate Shakeology. And number four, you want to talk to people about their goals, ask them about how much money they're spending on a healthy meal so that you can deal with, costs and objections and things like that. So one thing I just wanted to ask you guys real quick, and you can just type in the chat box yes or no. Would you guys like it if I had one of my assistants make up like a little picture of one of the ingredients in Shakeology and like put it on a little slide, and we can share the benefits of that specific ingredients in Shakeology and have a different ingredient every week? Did that make any sense what I just said? So we'll like share one on every Sunday, so that way we can all learn the ingredients in Shakeology more together. I'm hoping this makes sense. Okay, you guys are saying yes, so I must be making sense. Okay, so I will add that to the list for one of my assistants to do. Cool, so we'll start doing that maybe this week. I will ask her. So I want to give you guys a few action items real quick on how you can implement this into your business. So the first thing would be to create your list of benefits. All the things that we all talked about tonight. Like I talked about on the team call last week, it's all about your story, how Shakeology has helped you. That's all I do, you guys. Seriously, I don't even know how much all of our products cost. I don't even know all the products that we have, to be really honest. I don't know. I just like to make friends and talk to people, and I just talk about how stuff has helped me and share my story. So just be a professional storyteller and create your list of benefits. Write down 3 things of how Shakeology has helped you. That's the first thing. Number 2 is grab some resources. Shay Stanford actually did a whole entire national wake-up call on everything we talked about tonight. And it is in the archives in the back office, or you can go to, if you guys have the podcast app, Beachbody has a podcast, and you can actually listen to it in there. That's how I always listen to the National Wake Up Call. We also have documents in our Dropbox on all of this. They are in the How to Lead a Challenge folder, and it's document 1C. Again, that's document 1C in How to Lead a Challenge folder. And there's also pictures of the slides from the presentation that I went to on the Success Club trip in Cancun. Those are also in our team Dropbox. Those are in the Success Club folder, and then they're in Success Club trip, and you'll just see the pictures of the slides in there. And the last thing to do, number 3, would be to practice, practice, practice. As I talked about last week, practice with your blanket, practice with your mom, practice with your dog, practice with your wall. Talk to people about this stuff. It makes it, I used to be freaking terrified to talk to people about stuff because I didn't want to sound like a salesperson. All I wanted to do was help people. And it makes it easier to practice, and it's going to make it more natural to just flow out for you to be able to help people. Okay, thanks for answering, Miriam. I always have a closing, quote that I want to share with you guys. Just a little bit of inspiration. I like this quote by Les Brown: "Help others achieve their dreams and you will achieve yours." I really like that. And then we always do a prize at the end of the team call. So we'll do this too for we have some guests on here. Type a number 1 through 200 in the chat box, and I will do a random number generator, and whatever number is picked, I will give you guys a prize, and I will reach out to you and contact you. And it's about to hang up on us. If you guys are new coaches that just joined this week, we're going to do our new coach call in the same line, but I'm going to hang up and start it back. So join me back here at 8:40. I'm going to leave it open until I get all these numbers in, and I will announce the winner soon. The numbers are still coming in. Let's see. All right, guys. I think I got all the numbers. Anyone else going once, going twice? Okay, I'm going to say bye to everyone. I love all of you. I hope you have a great night. I will see you all at Summit next week, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.